Alrighty, here we are, turning in this daily quest here, and that gives us the 100 Cooking Awards achievement. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, that is all that we can do for the Cooking Awards, achievement-wise, I should say. That puts us, as you see there, 298 cooking. So we are right there on the cusp. Potentially tomorrow, but most likely in 2 days. 1 out of 5 chance that it's tomorrow. But yeah, as soon as we hit 300 classic cooking skill, we'll be done with it. Well, we won't. We have to then go through and make sure that I've got my Cataclysm cooking maxed out, which shouldn't be too hard because pretty sure they changed Creative Tasty Meat to no longer give Cataclysm meat for whatever reason. So, but yeah, look at that. That looks nice, huh? But yeah, we'll go through this and we'll get as many recipes and do everything that we can. We are still waiting, trying to see if I can find someone who set themselves on fire so I can actually get squawks. If I can't find anyone, then I guess we just have to suck up the fact that we ain't getting it. Have a good one. Alrighty, here we are. We have Fisherman's Feast ready to go, ready to turn in, and that will put us at 300 cooking. Oh, we're going to be done with Elwynn right there. We are a classic cook. We have maxed cooking in Stormwind. Oh, oh, it's so nice. While we're here, let's go ahead and train all of our new recipes there. Oh, we got short order cook too for 50 recipes. There you go. Get out of here. So there we are. We got it done. I can't fucking believe it. Alrighty. Well, with that being done, I guess it's time to go over all of our stats. Show off everything we got done in Elwynn over our journey. So first things first, our played time. We have 10 days and 2 hours on this character played. With, what, 7 days, 9 hours, 44 minutes? Is that on since owning Dragonflight or something? How does that work? Time played this class. I think that includes my alts, but we'll look at theirs too. But 10 days just in Elwynn. We're only ending with 700 gold, but it's because we spent over 100k on, the tread blade here. We got the tread blade. Looks pretty sick. For collections, here's all our mounts. It's all the reputations in Stormwind mounts, except we got the Swift Spring Strider, and then we also had the Tread Blade. Oh, and the Darkwater Skate. I forgot we got it too. So that's our rare mounts. For pets, we got all kinds of random pets. Blorp, Spring Bouquet. This is all from Noble Garden and Darkmoon Island, and a bunch of stuff bought around. We got 30 toys, mainly Darkmoon Fair and a bunch of just randomly bought ones. No heirlooms, a ton of different appearances for all kinds of different pieces. Yeah, just a ton of different stuff. As for resources, I went over all the Stockades loot before, but this is what our bank looks like on this character specifically. We got bone fishing pole, jeweled fishing pole. We got that 15-pound mud snapper I'm going to hold on to for the rest of my life. Got the weather-beaten fishing hat. We got an fourth strand crawler not too long ago. We got an extra Belial. So here's all our, we got our mining stuff here. Tons. I think I went over all of it specifically in an earlier episode, but I mean, you can see it all. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. As for professions, we got classic fishing to 300. We maxed it. We got classic mining to 100. We got classic blacksmithing to 175. Cooking, of course, went to 300. Can't do archaeology. Then if we log on over, show off our other characters real quick. I should have done scope maker first. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do the main character's stats last, like the actual stat page. Just wanna show off everything in case anyone's curious what all of everything, come out to be after Elwynn. Barely anything on this guy. We've got a ton of different tailoring patterns, some alchemy patterns. I already know that cooking recipe. That's just a treasure you find in Elwynn. Bunch of enchanting patterns. We are at maxed on skinning, which is 235, because for some reason once you hit level 20 you only got 5 points every level instead of 10. I don't know how that works. We got all the way to 155 in classic leatherworking. Then we can check the stats page on this guy. Here's a couple stats. Nothing special there. Yeah, total kills. He's done nearly 3,000 kills with 2,700 almost beasts. That's all from killing boars. So it looks like, minus a couple for doing the quest in Elwynn, but it's about 2,700 boar kills. Died 8 times because I wasn't paying attention. 68 quests. Yeah, I don't think any of these are. I don't think there's anything special on any of these. This guy's not even beat that. Proving Gal's Legacy. Yeah, I don't think he has anything else. Move on over here to Scope Maker. Show off his inventory. Well, we got up to show off engineering. We got up to 170. So yeah, we got 170 in engineering. Let's pull it up here. Boom, 170. We got a ton of lockboxes still, 121 of them laying around. Some cloth, a couple gems, leftover tubes. Alrighty, and I can go through his stats, I guess. I don't think he's really got anything important. Yeah, so he's got, and nothing really. Scummaker just really did a couple quests in Elwynn, that's all he did. Alrighty, so we got our stats here. This is the big deal stats. A couple different things. We've acquired a total of nearly 92,000 gold just in Elwynn. Actually, at one with, how does that work? Gold from quest rewards. Oh, okay. So gold from quest rewards and gold looted. Huh. Average gold earned per day, a little under 1,000, makes sense. I don't know how this works out because it shows that I have 100,000 ever owned, but this doesn't add up. Does this not include like daily quest rewards? Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it doesn't add up. There's all our couple consumables that we've used. Oh man, 104,000 kills, huh? Ooh, that's a lot of kills. 104,726 with 72,000 on being humanoids. 25 honorable kills, huh? That must all be from like the Goblin event. 66 deaths. That's pretty rough. I didn't know it was that many. Nearly 600 quests completed, and we did about 400 daily quests. That's ridiculous. 4 per day. That's kind of crazy. Skills. Yep. We ended up catching 6,665 different things through fishing, with nearly 6,000 of it being fish. Yeah, highest. We learned 80 blacksmithing plans, huh? Nice round number. Hearth 17 time, nothing big there. Some waves, some cheers. Now, let's go through this stuff because I don't think any of this has anything. Yeah, nothing. 37 deaths from other players. That's during the Goblin event too. 1 duel lost. That happened back in Noble Garden. Recorded it, but since I lost, so there it is. Total 5-player dungeons entered. 1,039. So if I scroll on down here, I actually killed Hogger 1,018 times. So there were 21 times I walked into stockades and didn't do anything, apparently, or at least didn't kill Hogger. But yeah, over 1,000 Hogger kills. I thought this would be higher. I thought it'd be nearly 1,100, but it's only 1,018. I mean, only. It's probably going to be the highest amount of singular dungeon kills that I ever do. What is that? Challenge mode dungeons completed. Dungeons completed. Okay, sure. But anyway, that's all our stats. So if anyone was curious, that's how we're looking. We are also what, item level 73. I think this is Bis gear, as close as I could find. We got speed on the gloves. We got speed on the belt. Everything else is some like stuff from Elwynn questing, some vendor bought stuff, goblin event, and the rest are world drops and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all our stats. So with that being said, that opens us up for well, okay. So we've done pretty much everything in Elwynn, I should say, but there is technically a couple things. Most of this stuff we can't do. One thing to mention, all these quests right here. See, heroes called Deep Home, Vashir, Twilight Highlands. Even this one, I think, Shadowlands of Chilling Summons. I think you can complete this within Stormwind. I think you just listen to a cutscene or something, watch a cutscene. There's a lot. There's quite a few. There's the Jade Forest Heroes Calling too, but there's quite a few little quests that you can turn in. These are just all breadcrumb quests. They all just get you set up to go to their respective zone. Um, so you can like, oh yeah, that's the heritage. So I was wondering, they're very easily completable. The only thing is, like, I don't know how they're going to affect phasing. Like, I'm pretty sure you use the same boat to go to Borean Tundra as you do Vashir. So I don't know if I do this quest, if it will make me always go to Vashir with the boat. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you actually just talk to someone to go to Vashir or something like that. I can't remember though. So I mean, these are completable, and some of them even have. I think like this one has like a follow up you do in Stormwind too. So I mean, there's quite a few. There's a couple more quests that I could get done to get a higher quest total. Just let me know how you all feel about that. It's just, it's not that important to me, but technically they are stuff you could do in Elwynn. I mean, that's not fully done. On the other hand, the only other actual like real backlog thing we have is this. It's not just you, but a lot of these vendors. Not that. That's Firelands. Oh, we got to do that too. We'll do that next. But a couple things. The main thing is Marks of Honor, also July 4th. That's coming up. We got to get it done. But Marks of Honor, I mean, there is a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of stuff you can buy with Marks of Honor. It's like probably like 100 different things, something like that, and some of them get pretty expensive. But we don't have access to Marks of Honor. You can only get them from battlegrounds and arenas, and we're never doing arenas, so but you can get them from brawls too, I think. But we're not doing arenas, so we have the only way we can do that is if we roll an area that has a battleground. Currently, that's my current feelings on it. Is like I want to roll the zone that the battleground's in, so I'm having to keep track of where all of them are. I have to look into a couple of them because like I don't know where all the Mississippi area woods are. Um, but that's my current feelings. I might take PvP out completely. I'm not the biggest fan of PvP, and I'm really bad at it. So I don't know, like, cause yeah, I mean, I think I will leave it in for now. But if it becomes a problem, or becomes annoying and like is more of an issue than it is a benefit to the series, I have no problem taking away all PvP stuff. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like some of these achievements, like once we say, I mean, like classic Warsong Gulch, if we roll Ashenvale, I have to get every single achievement in here, and I'm gonna be honest, like some of these are hard, like really hard. Um, like Iron Man, Save the Day, like these are rough. Like some of these aren't. That doesn't seem that easy. I mean, some of these aren't too bad. Like capture it once, and then these that are like do it a bunch of times. That's fine. I have no problem running Warsong Gulch a bunch. I might not enjoy it too much, but I didn't enjoy running stockades nearly 1100 times either, but I can do that. But when it comes down to like actually difficult achievements, I'm gonna struggle, and like that's out of my like growth potential. I mean, I can get better as a player always, I guess. But anyway, one thing I forgot, we got to do our cataclysm cooking. I can't believe I almost forgot that. But yeah, we have to actually. So we're at 10. So let's go ahead and let's just buy all the recipes right now. Now, this originally, if anyone remembers from the beginning of the series, I talked about in maybe episode 2 or 3, I talked about how we were actually going to have to max Cataclysm cooking in Elwynn. That's actually not possible. I was wrong about that. I think. Mainly because of one simple thing while we learn these recipes. The crate of tasty meat there, we're actually going to try it out while we're here, but it used to give Cataclysm meat. It's kind of the point, like with the cooking awards and everything that you give in here. It used to give Cataclysm level meat, and if we had that available to us, we would be able to max Cataclysm cooking. Who knows how much, like how long it would have took between like what meats we rolled and what recipes we had. Um, but it would have been possible. Now though, I think they said they changed it so that you don't get um you get classic recipe stuff now. So I wanted to wait all the way to the end to see. So what is this? Yeah, like that's trash, and that's like low level cooking meat. And we're max cooking in uh classic. So it's not even like based on your classic cooking level. So yeah, that it looks like that's a no-go on the definitely a no-go on the tasty meat. But we can buy the cocoa beans, and with the cocoa beans we can build. We can make. I think we can we buy these. I don't know if these existed in Stormwind, um, but we can make the Starfire Expressos. So that's gonna be. We have to use those to get to max level, and then everything else we can't do. So once we make enough Starfire Expressos, um, then we're done with Cataclysm cooking. We'll buy any more recipes that we can get, and then that's it. It's pretty, so nothing too complicated there. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Where's water? Why don't you sell water? Thank you. I didn't need to buy 10, but doesn't matter too much. Alright, these are... Do you have to eat these for that achievement? Is that what that is? The Cataclysm Gourmet? Oh, well, I can't do that, huh? I want to check, because one way or another, we have to try and... The Cataclysm Gourmet. Oh, it's just cook. It's cook 15 of them. So, we got that done. Huh. Well, oh, yeah, okay. It just shows it in there for some reason. Weird. Alright, but yeah, so we just need to do this. I think it only goes to 15, so I don't even think we got to do this for long. We already got 4 skill levels out of 10. So, I mean, already ahead. Why do I have the best luck when it doesn't matter? Like, I have so many of these cooking awards, and, like, I could make espressos for days. I I can buy so many cocoa beans. It doesn't matter. We do need actually. I mean, we will need more cocoa beans in the future. Once we get okay, well that works. Once we get high enough in Cataclysm cooking, we can unlock the chocolate cookie, and we gotta. There's an achievement I think to eat like 81 of them or something like that. So we have to do that at some point. So that probably gave us at least one more recipe. It doesn't actually look like it. No, that just looks like that's it. Yeah, that's it. Uh, yeah. So that, I mean, it's as simple as that, really. There's Cataclysm cooking done. So that goes us onto the future. So we have all our possible zones we can roll. So obviously from Elwynn we have Westfall. It's directly connected. Duskwood, where this is technically connected. I think you might even be able to sneak on here without going into Redridge. I think you might be able to sneak that path. But even if it wasn't, it's a natural connection. Even this river is not a deterrent to going to Duskwood. So we can directly go to Duskwood. That's not a problem. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you can make this bridge without going into Redridge. But then also that leads to Redridge, as the other natural connector. So that is our three main obvious locations that we can go to. There is actually no direct connection to burning steps. There's nothing, and we're not doing flying into a zone unless it's the only way in there. So burning steps has a path. I don't know if it connect. Does burning steps and Red Ridge connect like they used to? I would assume they do, but I don't know. They could have got rid of that. It should. Yeah. Look, there's still this path here. Now I think this is technically like a little. This path I think still exists, but even if it doesn't, there's this path, which I think it's like the Swamp of Sorrows, the Burning Steps path, which I think is technically up on a cliff, but I have flight, so I can fly up the cliff. So yeah, Burning Steps will be accessible once we roll Red Ridge, or if we go around. The little less obvious stuff for us. Vashir. Vashir is directly connected because you got to take the boat. That's what the heroes call Vashir. You take this boat, takes you to Vashir. So that is a possibility. We also have Deep Home, same kind of thing. You got to take a portal to Deep Home directly. It's the only way to get to Deep Home. There's a quest. Hey, the Maelstrom. There's a quest line where which will take you here. And also Tolbarad. Now, technically, it's Tolbarad Peninsula. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tolbarad Peninsula is where the portal, because there's a portal in Stormwind. I'll fly up to it real quick. It's portal in Stormwind, and it's the only way to Tolbarad. There's no flight point, I'm pretty sure. And even if there was, you have to get there first anyway to be able to fly there. But yeah, so pretty sure this is the only way to get to Tolbarad. So Tolbarad will be available. Now, Tolbarad is, as you've seen there, technically two different zones. You have Tolbarad itself. This is the PvP area, like the actual battleground, however you want to put it. And then you have the Tolbarad Peninsula, which is a daily quest hub with a bunch of random stuff to do as well. I'm going to combine those into one zone. Here's the portal to Tolbarad. I'm going to combine those into one zone unless someone has like a specific good reason not to combine them into one zone. I don't see why we would do just the daily quests on Tolbarad Peninsula and then have to roll Tolbarad the Battleground for its achievements and stuff on a separate roll. It doesn't make any sense to me. So Tolbarad will just be one zone, in my opinion, at least. And on that note, we have the boat here to Borean Tundra. So that does clearly clicked something for. Yeah, I've clicked something from all the things, whatever. But we have Borean Tundra. We can roll it. And if we roll Borean Tundra, we do get Eye of Eternity. This is There's a bunch of different... I haven't looked into every zone completely. Every possible zone that we've rolled completely to see what you can have to roll. Like what you have to deal with. And like what's very difficult. But I do know like this raid drops 2 mounts. So we would have to get both of those. So that's the only thing I really know off the top of my head. But yeah, that's something I'll have to look into when we get the actual zone. The next thing is that we can actually take the, I think it's actually an airship, to Jade Forest. And we can go to Jade Forest. This is where you would start Pandaria. You got to do the Hero's Call quest line to actually unlock the ability to, but we still have that ability. I checked that out from the storm board, the adventure board and everything, and you can just directly get the quest line, which will then allow you to go straight to Jade Forest. So that's pretty good, pretty nice. And then finally, we have the last zone, Tierguard Sound. Obviously, we've been on technically the war campaign since we started, since we got off Exile's Reach, and this would be, as you see, it's still scaled to 60, so it's green. Even though I think it should scale down to, I thought it should scale down to 50, but maybe I have to hit max level for that. I swear it's supposed to be 50. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. But we'll see. We'll see what it's like at the end. Or when we actually, out-level it. Because we're still technically only 63, which is what we ended at. Almost 64. But yeah, Tierguard Sound, this is the last possible zone we can roll from Stormwind. Technically, kinda. Now, I know, like I said, I haven't looked completely into this zone, but I know this zone would be the worst. Well, not the worst is a strong word to use. It would be the longest if we got here. Simply because, first off, Freehold's here, which has a mount, a mythic only mount that is really low drop rate. We also have island expeditions. It's a whole lot of stuff. I'm not getting into it all because we don't even know if we're going there, and we might never go there. So theoretically possible. So I don't want to go into like all the details for everything, but I'll tell you this: this zone will take forever if we roll it. Forever, forever. Like it, like I can't underestimate. No, I mean I can't underestimate it, but I can't overstate. That's the word I was looking for. I can't overstate how long this will actually take if we ended up getting it. If you thought Elwynn was long, you know nothing. But there is benefits to the zone too. I mean, it has the easiest, like we guarantee, like have an easy path of leveling for all of our characters. This gives us access to mount equipment, which helps us out in a couple different scenarios. A couple stuff like that. So I mean, there's reasons and not. On that note, as I said, that's all the zones. Except there's a couple little interactions here. So first off, I'm saying no to Shadowlands. Technically, Shadowlands, completely different universe. Well, realm, I guess is the correct terminology. However, before you can go up there, the intro scenario requires you to teleport to Ice Crown Citadel. That's in Ice Crown. So I'm going to require Ice Crown before we can do Shadowlands. This is both a benefit to me because I played Shadowlands. I played for quite a bit of it, and I don't want to go back to Shadowlands immediately. And it makes sense, following how I play the game, that it would require Ice Crown, since we had to teleport to Ice Crown. I can't kill a Hoon during Midsummer, because I can't teleport to Slave Pens, because I don't have Zangarmarsh. Same rule applies to going to the Maw itself. And on that note, talking about the Maw, horrendous, but I wanted to bring up one last area that is technically accessible straight from Stormwind. This would actually be available. This isn't like a, teleport to Ice Crown situation. No, no. The Broken Shore. The Legion starting questline has the Broken Shore invasion. And you start off by going to the Broken Shore directly from Stormwind. Now, that should mean that we could roll the Broken Shore. Now, there's a couple problems with that. One, two very different Broken Shores. The intro quest line, the intro scenario version of the Broken Shore, and the actual Broken Shore little quest area, very, very different. Not the same at all. On the other note, even if we roll the Broken Shore, we couldn't go to the Broken Shore once the scenario is over because you have to have access to Dalaran. Because you have to go to old Dalaran to watch it get attacked by demons to teleport to new Dalaran. So we couldn't even go here until we unlocked Crystal Song Forest and Northrend. So even if we rolled it, we would just be able to do the intro scenario, which would then also allow us to get like one little secret item in Elwynn, because there's a secret in the intro scenario. But then that's it. There would be nothing else. There would be nothing else we could do. Now, on that note, so first off, if anyone wants to see that, the only thing we could do would be the intro scenario. And if people want to see that, sure. I mean, I'll do it. It's just like an hour of quests or whatever. I don't know. It's not even that long, I don't think. It's nothing. We'll get the bonnet item, and then that's about it. From there, we can't go to Dalaran, so we would just then roll another zone. However, this is a precedent that I want to talk about going forward. In 3 different expansions, maybe even more that I can't think of, but I'm pretty sure it's only 3, Warlords of Draenor, Legion, and Shadowlands, you start off the storyline, which is, some of them are skippable, aka Legion. I'm pretty sure you could skip the Broken Shore invasion for Legion, but some of them are skippable. But you start off in a zone doing the intro scenario, and then after that, the intro scenario zone is not the main zone you start in. Like it turns into like a max level zone that you were supposed to do after all of the other zones. aka Tanan Jungle, Broken Shore, and the Maw. However, I was sitting there and I was pondering: do we want me? Do we do? Am I required to do the max level zone before I can go to the other zones? Because I don't even know. First off, I don't even know if that's possible. Like, can I go to the Broken Shore straight off from Legion? Do I have to go do the other zones before going to Broken Shore? I don't think so. I think I can go straight to the Broken Shore. So I don't think that would necessarily be a problem in Legion. In WoD, I know in WoD, it immediately shoves me into, as Alliance, it has shoved me into Shadowmoon Valley. It will shove me into that zone. There's nothing I can do about it. Once you finish the Tanan Jungle scenario, it will shove you into Shadowmoon Valley. Legion, on the other hand, we have to unlock Dalaran, but then we get to stay in Dalaran. It's not going to shove us in one of the zones, so we can just have the Broken Shore. But in WoD's case, we would have to be doing Shadowmoon Valley and Tanan Jungle, and I don't even know if you can what you can get done in Tanan Jungle. Like, I don't know if storylines have to be completed. As for the Maw, I have no clue if you can go to the Maw before you complete the main storyline. I assume you can. I assume you can just jump straight into it the first time you go into Ouroboros, but I don't know. So I just wanted to bring that up. This is mainly for future thought because, like I said, even if you all want to decide that I should include Broken Shore in the rolling as one of the possible zones, um, we won't have to worry about the repercussions of that for a long time until we roll Dalaran. But that's the thing. If we ever say the way it would work is if we include Broken Shore now, and we include that you have to do wherever you start. So like the intro scenario is the zone you have to fully complete. Then, when if I rolled Broken Shore right now, I would do the little intro scenario and then roll another zone. And then the second I rolled Crystal Song Forest, not only would I have to do it, but I'd have to do old Dalaran stuff, new Dalaran stuff, and all of Broken Shore. It's kind of like just a overextended backlog for the zone when it comes to these intro things. So we could either have them be rolled as two separate entities, like as in the intro to WoD Tanan versus the Tanan Jungle in WoD, which seems a little, I don't like it, doesn't sound good. Or we can do it like that, where basically we backlog the activities, in Legion's case, until we can access it. The Maw, maybe, if we can access it. And in WoD, I think I should be able to access Tanan. I should be able to fly straight to Tanan from Shadowmoon. Should be able to, maybe. And if I can, then it makes that simple. If I can't, then we have a problem. We got to look at it once we get there. But that is a long time away. On that note, I think I've finally gone over everything. That is Elwynn. I'm gonna post this video. I'm gonna leave it up for a couple of days. I'm gonna be looking for any replies because there's, like I said, there's a couple different things I want to hear some opinions about, and then I want to see some comments so I can get some other opinions, so I'm not alone, and like I can have a condense a collective mindset about this, so that I don't make a decision that the majority disagrees with, essentially. Because at the end of the day, I'm fine pretty much with any of the routes we take. Like, I don't have any. There's not a specific problem I can think of by any of them. So any of the options. It's just which one makes the most sense. And in my mind, might not always be the most common sense or the most generalist thinking standpoint. But on that note, you all have a good one. Stay tuned. Leave your comments about how you all want to deal with which zone should be included. Should I do the little breadcrumb quest here in Elwynn before I leave? Anything else? Should PvP even be a thing? I believe that. I mean, I think most people would probably want to see some PvP of some capacity, like at least the battlegrounds and stuff. It'd be, at least interesting to some degree. But, if you have no interest in PvP, let me know. But I might still do it, but I might not show it off as much. I might just keep most of that not shown. But it doesn't matter. You all have a good one. Be good.